It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, and it's AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM. Let's meet Deborah Gressley. Aging Services has something called an Ombudsman Program, or Ombudsman, however you want to pronounce it. She knows how to pronounce it correctly, and she knows all about it, and that's why she's here. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So what is an ombudsman?
Okay, ombudsman is a Swedish word which means citizen's representative. The Pennsylvania Ombudsmen are trained individuals who advocate to resolve complaints on behalf of people who receive long-term care services.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's the overall.
It's the overall.
What specifically happens here in Indiana County with the Ombudsman Program?
Okay, we provide information to residents and family about rights, procedures, and additional resources within the community and facility. We investigate concerns and work toward helping resolve those concerns. We also educate the residents to resolve issues on their own, so we help them with conflict resolution skills. And these are all in long-term care facilities, which includes nursing homes and personal care homes and domiciliary care homes.
Yeah. So, and what an important role that is, because you generally don't think about what you need to know when you have a family member in a long-term care home.
Yes.
Until it comes to the time when you need it, and there are so many things going on in your life at that time and in their life that it's hard to know exactly, okay, what are the details of what I need to know about making sure that my loved one is cared for.
Yes.
So the Ombudsman Program really is an advocacy program.
It is.
Yeah.
And they also we teach them to self-advocate.
Yeah.
And then we can also teach other residents to advocate for residents.
Well, there you go.
So it just keeps on going down the line.
Yeah. And so with all of that as our background, you have a recruitment event coming up to ask people if maybe they might want to become a part of the program.
Exactly. August 9th, and there'll be more details forthcoming at the Aging Services Building. It's at 1055 Oak Street. We will be having a community recruitment for those who will be interested in becoming an ombudsman volunteer. And we do the training. The training is provided by the Department of Aging, and it is free. But we teach you everything you need to know how to be an advocate for those.
So who is the typical person that might want to consider becoming an ombudsman?
Yeah, I would say that you would have to have excellent skills with compassion and empathy. Those are a must. And if you have any background skills in social work, nursing, we even had some lawyers in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Because we deal with legal issues as well. We are looking for those individuals who just want to be able to help others to know their rights.
Yeah.
And to really, it's a very rewarding program.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
To help those who are just struggling to find out where they need to be able to, know what their rights are. Okay.
I would guess that somebody who has just recently been through the experience, and particularly with the family member who has struggled, and they've gotten them into that situation maybe 6 months to a year, and they've learned some of the ins and outs, and they had to learn them the hard way.
Yes.
Now they might want to say to themselves, I can help somebody else so that they don't have to go through what I went through.
Exactly. That's a lot of times how we get to know people. A lot of times they are family members who had to deal with issues with a loved one in a nursing home. And then they say, I want to do this for others so I don't have to go, somebody else doesn't have to go through what we went through.
Yeah. So the training itself, is it over the course of a number of weeks or months, or how is it structured?
It will be, yes. Initially, it's an 8-hour training day, and then it becomes, if you want to do more, to be a certified ombudsman, to actually do investigations, you will have to complete a 24-hour training, but that's over an 3-day period. Yeah. And the sorts of things that you'll get involved in when you say investigating, what are some of those issues that are typical ones that crop up for the Ombudsman Program? We have people who are, they complain about maybe that they're not being treated correctly, or that their call bells aren't being answered in a timely manner.
Okay.
We are all about dignity and respect. So individual choices, how someone is treated. We talk about quality of care issues. You know, are they being treated with kindness? Are they being treated fairly with dignity? Is the food adequate? Are they getting bathed when they want to? You know, those types of quality of care issues are what we look at.
And I would assume that there might be issues of, am I getting the proper medication? Am I being properly cared for with the actual nursing that I need? And I don't know that the ombudsman is going to be particularly trained specifically for those issues, but I'm just guessing that at this point they're trained to say, okay, now we need to get others involved and to advocate on your behalf.
Well, we also get involved in care plan meetings in nursing homes, personal care homes, where we call together doctors and nurses and physical therapists, whoever is involved with that person, and we work together as a team.
Oh, it sounds like it's a program that is much needed, and obviously it's a program that. Now, how long has the Ombudsman Program been operating in Indiana County?
Actually, it started back in the 80s, okay, but it's just been gradually gaining momentum. Now we have federal law. We are also state and federally funded.
Okay.
But we do have a federal law, and that was since last July 2016.
Offhand, about how many people are involved in Indiana County's Ombudsman Program right now?
Right now, there's me as the staff, and then I have a backup staff person, but we rely so much on volunteers. We have 8 volunteers right now,
8.
And we are looking for more.
Yeah.
Because we have well over 1,000 residents that we have to cover.
Wow.
And so we want to be able to reach everyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then that's something that probably not a lot of folks realize is how
right.
many of our friends and neighbors are in a personal care home, a long-term care facility, a nursing home, and the very many different types of facilities that there are, and what they each have to offer.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also we have to remember there are people out there in facilities who have no family. So they have no one to turn to.
Yeah.
We really want to reach those individuals.
Now, when you are acting on behalf of those individuals in that supervised home long-term care situation, does the Ombudsman Program ever get involved in people who are being cared for in their home by visiting agencies, or is that a whole other purview?
We haven't yet, but that could be something that's coming down the line.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. And I would guess as well that being as you are involved with state and now with federal programming, that there are certain mandates that must be met by those agencies and organizations as well, those governing
Absolutely.
bodies.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and all of the clearances and all of those have to be taken care of.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, when we actually, for the volunteers or anyone who participates, we do a background check. There are clearances. Absolutely.
So for the August 9th event, must people sign up ahead of time?
They could call our office at 724-349-4500.
Okay, and it's August the 9th.
Yes.
At what particular time?
We're thinking around 3 p.m.
Okay. And they should plan to be there for how long that day?
Oh, maybe an hour and a half.
It's introductory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It would just be to let them know how much we need them.
Mm-hmm.
We really do.
Yeah.
And I really admire my volunteers. We are a great team. They're a great group of people, and I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah. And somebody might be saying, boy, on August 9th, I'm going to be in Ocean City or Myrtle Beach, and I won't be available then. Doesn't mean they can't participate in the program, right?
Right. They can always call me. My name is Debbie Gressley, or Deborah Gressley again, and they could ask for more information, and I will definitely walk them through it.
There you go. There you go. It would be wonderful if we could sort of bolster the ranks of the volunteers. That's really a shocking number. 8 or 10 people with more than 1,000 who are in a situation where they need the kind of services that you can offer.
Absolutely. Yes, we're looking for more.
If Deborah Gressley had her big wish come true, how many people would be involved? What would be the ideal number of people who would be ombudsman for Indiana County?
We could go up to 20 volunteers,
Yeah.
or even more, It's like I said, the more visibility that we're in there, we require like a visit a month for the assigned facility. But the more visibility and the more getting the word out, the more people know. And it has grown.
Yeah.
So we just want to keep educating people.
Yeah, and most likely if you do get more people involved, then that takes some of the burden off of the others who might be feeling a little bit overstressed by it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, wonderful. Give the telephone number once more.
Okay, it's 724-349-4500.
There you go. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
That's the Indiana County Aging Services Ombudsman Program, and you could be a real difference maker in somebody's life. It is Indiana in the Morning, presented as always by First Commonwealth Bank here on AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM.